Go in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. What? Welcome everybody to all episode of the Dining Room Table with them Clays and friends.
With no friends.
No friends.
No dining room table.
No dining room table. We're actually in Lawrenceville, Georgia at the home of Cameron's house. We are back. Them Clays are back together
Who
again.
said the home of Cameron's house?
The home, well, yeah, Cameron's house. I'm sleepy. But we're here. We're back with our younger siblings, and we're just gonna talk to them about what they've been going through, what they've been dealing with. Being up here by themselves, and just life, and also want to get their opinions about what we've been talking about so far on Down on the Table. So, who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Hey guys,
What's going on?
how you doing? What's been going on with me? I moved, of course.
There you go.
I moved here in May. I was still doing the dining room table then, but then when we moved here, I stopped doing it. But I got a new job. I work
A lot.
now. I am always working with. I work sometimes 12 to 13 hours a day. So it's kind of hard for me to go home, go to Augusta, or do anything else than just sleep. But I mean, it's been fine as long as I still see my family. I'm cool. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's really what I've been up to. Is just really working. Surprise to everybody, I am trying to go back to school also. So I'll be going to, my sister told me to go to Bernal and finish my prerequisites. So I will be going to Bernal to finish those, and then I'll be starting my major classes or whatever. So hopefully that I can stick to it this time.
You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
So that's all I've been up to.
Awesome.
This is
Carmen.
What's up, guys? So I moved up here in December. Moved in with Cameron and Akia and Kyler to help watch him on the days that they have to work. So that's one of the things I've been up to. I've also been just doing school. That's like the main thing. I've also been wedding planning. So I kind of have a lot going on right now at the moment. Not stressed about anything, but just a lot. Just trying to finish this degree, getting closer. I believe in May I'll have exactly a year left of school. So prayerfully it'll go as planned. And in July we're looking to, me and DJ are looking to, tie the knot. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on with me.
Awesome. So, of course, you guys have been watching the new format, the new show, whatever.
Yep.
What you guys think about the show? Like, since y'all been absent.
I like the whole and friends thing.
Same.
It's nice to hear other people's opinions, and point of views and stuff like that. I know the people that you had on the show. Of course, our cousins, Mahim, I know them, but other than that, I haven't really talked to the other guests that have been on there, so it's nice to hear them give their input on different topics that we normally, that are normal topics to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just enjoyed like she said, the different people coming on the show. It makes it more interesting because I know you guys, and a lot of times I know what you guys are thinking, so I don't know them, and now I can speak. Well, I can't because I'm not there, but I would speak on their ideas and see kind of pick their brains a little bit and see what they're thinking. So it's cool to hear other people's thoughts. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so some of the subjects we talked about was church and change and success, and then family versus relatives. Those are the things we're gonna be talking about. Any I guess any additions y'all want to add to it? Like anything y'all want to say about any of the subjects that we talked about?
Change.
I'll say that one too.
I'll talk about. We can talk about change first.
Okay.
I guess if we're gonna do that. For me, I love it. I love change. I don't like it too much where it's just like everything dramatically changed. Like it goes like from here to like all the way over there. But I mean, I don't mind change. I feel like you shouldn't want to be in that same routine all the time because it gets boring, and then I feel like eventually you'll feel stuck or where you're at, and yeah, I mean, like on the episode, you guys told about our change, right? Yeah,
Yes.
we talked about our change. I moved to a whole other city that I didn't want to be in, and that was a big change. I had to find a new job. I've changed jobs 3 times since I've been up here, and I've only been up here 6 months. So I mean, well, more than 6 months now. I think it's like 7 or 8. But I mean, I have had so many changes since I've been up here, and it has made me better. It's made me, it's changed me a lot in good ways. So I feel like change is good sometimes. Like I don't think some changes are bad for you, but you will realize it's bad for you. But good changes are always great. So I feel like you should be inviting to change a lot of times.
Carmen?
Yeah, I mean, I need to take that advice because I don't really like change very much. I'm kind of one of those people that kind of like it when things, because I get used to things, like a routine, and so when things change suddenly it kind of throws me off, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta adapt. But at the same time, I know the benefits of change because it's a sign of growth and maturity. When you go from one position to another position, then you have worked to get to that next position. So change has to come with that. So I'm learning to just be okay with that. And then also, of course, like, you know, the change that's happened in my life, like I'm engaged now. So I am in a transition of being with like my family and starting my own family. So it's kind of different for me. You know, like it's just, that's a huge change. That's a huge life change. And it's just something that, you know, it'll take time to kind of get used to, but I feel prepared for it just because I don't think it would be happening to me if I wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like change happens when God allows change to happen when He knows we're ready for it. He grows us to a point where He knows we're mature enough to handle that, and we also are mature enough to know we need to depend on Him through the change. Like, you know, not for us to grow away from Him, but grow closer to Him. So, yeah, that's just where I'm at with it. That's just how I feel about change. I think, although I don't like it, I am growing to appreciate it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I feel how wise you are. That was a word. Are there any topics that y'all would like for us to cover in the next coming weeks?
Okay, me and DJ had this conversation. Some of the people, I guess, in his platoon were talking one day in class, and we had a conversation, and I thought it would be a good topic. If you had, like, if you were with somebody exclusively, and you had a best friend of the opposite sex or whatever, would it be appropriate for you to, it would be just y'all two hanging out at their house, or y'all go to the movies together, just y'all two, or going to dinner together, just y'all two? Like, would that be appropriate? Like, you know, how would you feel about that? And we had a really, really good conversation about that, and I thought that would be a really good topic for the dining table, just to hear other people's thoughts. Like, do you think it's appropriate, or you know, how does it look to you? Does it look shady? You know. So I think that'd be a pretty good topic.
That's a good question.
I don't have any. Honestly, I don't. Not right now. I don't think I have any topics that I would like to really see you guys talk about. I'm down for whatever. Honestly, I'll listen with any time. I do like that topic though. We actually talked about it when when she brought it up to us, she brought it up to me and Kia, and we actually had that conversation because I do have a female best friend who I'm really close with. Is it right?
Oh.
Is it right?
I don't know your friend, so.
Yes. That is our college godmom. So yeah. She's with college godmom.
Was she here?
She was here for.
She was at
college.
She was at the Christmas
Christmas
program.
I know people
spoke to you.
Yeah, I spoke with her.
She been at our house.
Yeah, I said she know you. She know it. Yeah, she asked about y'all.
He'll Chris all the time. I mean, all the way, all over.
He'll
Chris all over again.
Oh.
Don't know people, don't know these college people, so it's all good though. Love you bunches.
But yeah, we were friends. We started being friends when I became RA. Like I was friends with her, and then before I met Akia.
I was about to ask you that. Were you friends with her before I met?
I was friends with her before I met Akia. So
gotcha.
it was I want to talk about the topic, but I'll let y'all talk about the topic. But yeah, I don't disagree with it, but I don't agree with it.
We can talk about now. I mean, what's stopping us?
Okay, well I'll talk about that.
Might as well.
For me. How did I put this the other way? I think it's different for everyone because it depends on where you are in your relationship and how long have you been best friends with that person. Like for me, I would never go to a movie. Like I would never go anywhere that is that is like for couples.
Like a
type thing.
romantic
Yeah, like a movie is dark and it's just it's everybody else, but the majority of the time is you sitting next to somebody really close. Mm-hmm. That is somewhere I would not say, hey, my girl best friend, let's go here without my wife. Like I'm married. I'm not gonna go to a movie and sit in the dark by ourselves with alone and not. I don't know. I wouldn't do stuff like that. But the thing, like dinner, me and Zaria have gone to dinner before, where it's like, hey, let's just go out, let's talk. How you been? I don't find dinner as romantic as a movie. I can see if I would have got all dressed up and had like a nice suit on and been like, oh yeah, I'm going to dinner with like. Then it's like, why you all dressed up like that? And, we went to Chili's and did like a 2 for $20. There's nothing. I don't see anything romantic with that. But what I told Akia, because Akia knew me and Zaria were real close when we first got together. So I don't want her to feel, now if she had an issue with it, then that's when you got to figure it out. Because at the end of the day, that's your best friend, but that's your wife. Like that's who that is. Me and Akia have had falling outs over friends before. And you just have to, eventually it's going to pop up. That conversation is going to happen if you have an opposite sex best friend. And I told Akia, she doesn't have a guy best friend. Like, she doesn't have one that has been there before me, that's seen her through everything. She doesn't have anybody like that. So
I'm about to say that's the difference in between, if you had a friend that you know before your mate and then you meet it after. Yeah. That's the difference. Yeah. Because I'm not with the whole you got a new friend now that no, I'm your friend.
Yeah, see that's what I told when we were talking about it the other day, that's what I told Akia. I told Carmen, I said now if Akia came up one day and was like, oh, I got a guy best friend now, I'd be like, excuse me? Since when? Like since when? I could see if he was there from the beginning, like he was there before me, then that's your best friend. Like now I'm expected to be invited places. Mm-hmm. I'm expected to things like that because I don't even, if I hang out, if we meet a kid do anything, a lot of times we're together. Like it is what it is. Mm. So yeah, it's a difference between have you been best friends with them and have you like.
That's weird.
Yeah, right. Have you been best friends with them before we were together? I think that's the key to all of it. Mm-hmm. And don't go anywhere where it's romantic. Like it's meant for you and your wife. Don't do anything like that unless y'all going on a double date. Like if your wife is there, if your husband is there, it's fine. But if they're not there, don't do anything that would seem shady. Why would you even want to put yourself in that situation to look like you're cheating? Because then they may not say nothing now, But in their head, your wife or your husband is like, well, they going out a lot, or they go out all the time. Like I don't even go out with her like that. So I mean, you just got to think about your significant other while you're doing things with an opposite sex best friend.
Right.
Like so. Because if it's the same gender best friend, it really doesn't matter what you do. Like, honestly. I mean, a lot of times it doesn't matter.
Yo, what's up, TV, bro?
Just turn it off. But yeah, that's all I got to say about it. So I think it just depends.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. And like I said, as far as y'all was friends before, you don't want to, and then you don't want to seem like you're doing some sneaky stuff either. Like, if you tell your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend what's up before the situation, like, okay, I'm going to hang out with so-and-so, then I think it's cool. Instead of them finding out, like, you be like, hey, where you at? Oh, I'm with so-and-so, then they like, you ain't tell me.
Right.
So it seemed kind of sneaky. And like you said, just don't put yourself in certain situations where it can come off suspicious, or it can come off like you cheating or something.
Right.
And then also with that, I think that situation can depend if y'all ever had feelings for each other before, cause I mean,
yeah, that's true.
that could play into it too. Like if your significant other knew that y'all were like kicking it or whatever, or trying to make something happen, that could probably be a red flag. But like you said, different stuff for different people.
Yeah.
Some people might not like it, some people will like it, but I feel like you can't tell nobody, if we've been friends forever, before you even came in the picture, you can't tell me not to be friends with them.
Yeah.
That's kind of off the wall.
It's messed up.
Okay, because me, DJ and I are on the same page when it comes to that whole thing. We both think the whole just y'all two being together is kind of, it's just the way it looks. It just kind of looks shady. It looks sneaky and looks weird, especially if it's at like a certain time of day, like at nighttime or whatever. Like it just doesn't look right. Or you just going over their house and it's just y'all two, like nobody else is there. Like like that to me, it just doesn't look right. And I told him, I said, to me, it doesn't really matter like what your intentions are beforehand. Things happen. Y'all could be alone, hormones get crazy, and the next thing you know, you're talking about, I didn't mean to do it. Like, stuff like that happens. And so you kind of have to be careful. And so for me, I just kind of feel like, even if you guys have been friends for a long time, you guys know what it is, but I just think out of respect, I would expect a notice or an invitation. Just out of respect for our relationship.
Right.
Because I feel like that's just how it should be. However, I do agree with the whole, y'all been friends. I'm not gonna tell you to stop being friends with them. Like, that's you be friends with who you want to be friends with, but at the same time, you also have to be careful.
Yeah.
Because people are very, very sneaky.
Yeah.
And people try to plot and try to do things stuff like that. So you just have to be careful with, like, don't set yourself up.
Yeah. And
be smart about it. Like, just make a smart choice. Like, no, I can't. Like, can my wife come or can my husband come? Like, it's like, it's just to me, it's just kind of like be considerate of the other person and their feelings.
And I feel like that question shouldn't even have to be posed. I feel like that's how you should know: are they really trying to be your friend, or are they trying to be something else?
Right.
Because if they really trying to be your friend, they already know. I should have to ask if my wife or husband is invited. They're coming with me. Like if they don't show up with me, it's because they didn't want to.
Right.
I feel like that's how you know. Are we really friends, or are you trying to be sneaky? Because I don't think if we friends, I should have to ask you. Oh, can the kid come? No, like she coming anyway. Like
You're right.
If I show up and she's not there, it should be where's the kid, which happens all the time. If I show up places, people always ask, oh, where's the kid at? Because they know. Like, don't ask me where she at, because you know where she at. She working, or she sick, or something happened to where she can't show up. Because if it was the other way around, it's the same thing. Cameron's working, or he's sick, or he just didn't feel like coming. Like, he just said, no, I'm not coming, you have fun. That question, don't ask. I feel like you shouldn't ask. Like, you should, you shouldn't ask if they can come because they should know that they're coming already.
Mm-hmm.
And if they say, "Well, I wanted to just be us," then that's a red flag. That's a why can't she come? Like, what's going on? Like, is it something personal that you need to talk about? Because I mean, you could just call me.
Right.
Like, we don't have to go out. I don't have to
Yeah.
come to your house and
Yeah.
be alone type deal.
Yeah.
So
I think, but I also think that question is a good tester to see
yeah,
how they react. Like, what's their response to it?
yeah,
You know, I think that's important because, like you said, that'll show you what their true intentions are. Like, are you just trying to get me alone? Or do
right.
you really just want to hang out?
Or do you want to hang out?
Like, because then you won't mind. You know, like it won't be big. You would expect them to, you know, to show
Exactly.
up with me.
You
So
better not mind. I mean, that's the person I'm married to.
pretty much. Like, you can't get over it. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, DJ, when he was here, he was supposed to go to the mall with one of his friends, and she's a female, and
Yeah, it is.
he asked. Well, he didn't really ask me. He was like, so we're gonna go to the mall later and meet up with so and so. Like, it was I'm taking you with me because, you know, it's not just gonna be me and her.
Yeah.
Like, you're coming with me. But I mean, I didn't want to go, so we ended up not going. But I just thought that was really considerate of him because it's like he didn't have to do that. But I'm glad he did because that shows me the kind of person he is, kind of man he is, and how he really feels about me
Right.
and my feelings. Like, just being considerate, you know. So I really appreciated that, and I think that's important. And I just like you just owe the person that you're with that respect. Like, I don't know, that's just really important. Like, don't be out here looking shady.
Right.
And then when you get caught doing something crazy, you wondering why,
Right.
you know, they mad at you, or they don't want to speak to you anymore, they don't want to be with you anymore, because you're being sneaky,
Right.
you know?
I was about to say, like I said, just make sure that for the married people, because the person that's not in a relationship doesn't owe your partner anything.
Nope.
Not saying it's not right. I'm just
Right.
saying, but they
Right.
don't owe your partner anything. You are the one that's
Right.
with your wife or your husband.
Right.
So you are the person that's responsible for doing the right thing. But the other person too should be, you know, they should have respect for the relationship. But they don't, that means you don't need to be friends with them no more.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I know for me, my female best friend, she's married now, but already you have to admit the relationship has to change because her first responsibility is at home to her husband,
Right.
not to me.
Right.
So yeah, that was a great topic. We went ahead and talked about it. So thank you guys for joining us at the dining room table, Son's table. Cause we got songs we know without table.
Oh,
So there's no table.
Oh,
But thank y'all for joining us, and we'll be back next week at the dining room table with them Clays and friends. And y'all have a blessed week.
See you later.
Bye.